What's going on? It's Fight Season May, and today I want to do a breakdown of Kevin Holland's absolutely insane armbar and walk you guys through every single little bit of how he set it up, of how it came to fruition, and of how Kevin Holland finished Michelle Alessiachuk by armbar at UFC 302. Let's get right into it. Okay, I'm going to start here firstly with the punch that Michelle Alessiachuk threw that wobbled Kevin Holland. So when he threw that left hand that wobbled him, that obviously knocked Kevin Holland down. Now, I don't think it was a strike that knocked him down for like power, but I think it was just off balance. And then when he did have that, he went to the ground to follow Kevin Holland to see if he could get the finish. And he was swinging as Kevin Holland was on the ground, which, yes, is a good idea, but you got to watch your limbs, especially for the arm bars and the leg locks going down to finish that, because especially any person in the UFC, and I know Kevin Holland has a great jiu-jitsu background, you just got to watch out for your limbs to make sure they don't get caught up. And as you see that Kevin Holland does grab his neck with his legs, and he tries to isolate one arm. Isolating the arm is going to allow him to set up for the armbar in that fact to where he can possibly do an armbar where it's on his back, or he could later roll him on his where Kevin Holland's on his back to isolate that arm even further. Now, this picture, you can kind of see Kevin Holland is starting to isolate that arm, like I was talking about. He's getting it, and he's pulling it away from Michelle Alessiachuk's his body, and Michelle is trying to hold his arm close to his body, just because he understands that he does not want to give up his arm and let that arm get away into Kevin Holland's grasp, because if it does, that would be where he sets up the full armbar. Now, this is just super, super deep, and where Kevin Holland puts his legs over on his Michelle's left side, it's just allowing Kevin to grab have the leverage to grab Michelle's arm and to pull it further and further and further to fully lock in that armbar attempt. And as you can see here, Kevin Holland has now rolled to now further exasperate the armbar, and now the legs of Kevin Holland are over Michelle Alessiachuk, and that is something that is truly massive, which you can see here. And it allows Kevin Holland to get the biggest, most force that he can apply to that arm to really allow it to break in this next image, where it did end up snapping, or at least we think it snapped prior to, like the commentators like Joe Rogan and DC all thought the arm snapped. There was a little pop in there. I don't know if it was snapped. I don't know if it was an elbow dislocation, but the amount of stress that Kevin Holland is putting on Michelle Alessiachuk's elbow is actually insane. What's funny is Kevin Holland starts talking to Herb Dean. He knows his arm broke. He heard the pop, and he's like, "Herb, I need you to stop this fight." And Herb told him, get a little bit longer. And that's when Herb eventually stepped in to stop the fight, probably about 5 seconds after Kevin Holland told him it was perfectly okay. I believe the armbar is one of the nastiest submission attempts in the UFC, right behind or right next to the Kimura. I know that Charles Oliveira had the nastiest armbar attempt I can remember over Tony Ferguson. And I know one that's not talked about a lot, which is a Kimura, but Sean Brady's Kimura over Kelvin Gastelum at UFC Austin last year was absolutely disgusting. But any of these submissions where you are twisting limbs and trying to break arms are just so hard to watch. And I just hope the fighter taps, unlike Michelle Alessiachuk, who is so tough, but he ended up losing his arm and costing that for his toughness and not wanting to tap. And Kevin Holland got an amazing highlight reel win. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this breakdown of Kevin Holland's amazing armbar at UFC 302. Please leave a like, comment, and let me know if you like this breakdown video and if you want me to do more in the future. I love making content, and it's something that I want to keep doing for a while. Please leave a like. Road to 1,000 subscribers coming soon, and I will see you guys later.